thank you for that introduction, and welcome to Play of the Night. This is our inauguration, initiation, instigation, domination, culmination of a lot of planning and prep. I hope you enjoy it. We had a little bit of a glitch with our earlier stream. We do apologise. And if this is your first time coming in, welcome! We are Play of the Night. We are a group of friends who do Dungeons and Dragons. I am your host and Dungeon Master, James J.C. Laird, and these lovely people are the players who are going to be coming through my homebrew world in a homebrew campaign. I will now introduce you to each of the players. We are currently down a member who is on their way, but we will certainly not let that stop us. First off, we have the marvellous David. Say hello, David.
Hello.
We have the mighty Elora.
Hello.
And then we have the thing called Evan.
Hey, what's up? The thing, okay.
We're all great friends here, and I really hope you enjoy what we're all about. We're a really laid-back system. We do a lot of homebrew. It's quite loosey-goosey. We play a little bit bendy with some of the rules. And all in all, we're here to have a good time and put on a good show for you. Giving a little bit of background about the world setting we're in, and I will say this as a please do not judge us so harshly. There is a lot of political machinations, there's a lot of tenuous morals and ideas of what is proper in society. This is entirely part of the campaign and is not a reflection on any particular member of the cast's political beliefs or views. Please bear that in mind because there will be some darker topics as we explore what it is to be a hero and what that entails. But it's enough talking from me. I'm going to hand it over to each of the characters to explain and introduce their own characters before I give you a backstory of how we got to where we are. So, David, would you please explain what your character's name is and a little bit about the backstory?
Okay, so my character's name is Amon Creed. He is a tiefling, and what I have for his backstory so far is that he was the first tiefling born in his family's lineage for the past 25 years, and he was raised in a all-human town, but he was kept secret. And one day, his mother ended up getting drunk and getting angry at him, and he ended up accidentally using his hellish rebuke and burnt her and their house to a crisp. And the whole entire village chased him out, and he ended up meeting his patron, the Undying, and he got told from his patron to go on a quest to join these people.
Party. Okay then, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Leaving us little bit things there to dangle in front of people. I like it. Miss Allura, could you explain where you're all about and what you're all about?
Nyax Moonborn. A half-elf princess who is currently on a quest to go and save her land and her people. Her grandfather has tried killing her a couple of times now. And she is trying to make right what is now wrong with the world.
Thank you. And would you mind just describing what your character looks like a little bit there?
She is 6 feet. She's got tanned skin. She's got very, very white hair with light strands of blue and lavender in, and she's 28 years old.
Thank you. And good Sir Evan, would you mind explaining your two characters, your good and your ugly one? You can decide which one is
Great. We don't know which one's which, but I play as a forest gnome named Pigsy. He is, of course, the cleric, and he's also a ranger. And for his pet is a chimpanzee named Twig. They're both adorable. And basically, Twig and Pigsy, I guess, they come from a very different part of the world, I guess you could say, where they don't really know a lot about other cultures. And he has found himself in that situation, so he's trying to adapt. So the customs are different for him and his pet, but also best friend Twig. And yeah.
Thank you. As for our missing member, her name is Jasmine, and her character's name is Pip. A little bit about her character, she plays as a... Oh, I think she's on her way. She plays currently as a halfling thief rogue and has recently multiclassed into Artificer. She is currently making the Steel Defender companion as part of the Artificer subclass. And I'll leave her to introduce her backstory and what it is that is her description, because that's something for the characters to decide. Bringing into the game, though, all the players are currently level 8, so it's a fairly good chunk into the story, and we don't really have enough time to fill it all in here at the beginning, but if there is enough of a request for it, we will most certainly do a recap stream and we will go through a lot of the events. It's a very more casual storytelling experience if it is so required. But what is important to know at the moment is the characters are currently at sea and have run into some difficulties. The reason they're at sea is that after the fall of the Elven Empire, known in the Republic, which is the land that is currently being controlled by a human-dominated empire, an Emerald Enclave, a forested area that has been set aside for the elves, has come under plague and the nation has fallen. This being Miss Nyax's The Princess Nation. Moving from there, they decided to amass some allies and get some people in various places to draw the attention of the plague-ridden peoples so that they, as the party, could sneak in from the rear. Unfortunately, they don't really have any means to get to the rear very quickly, aside from the ship, and thus they are shipbound. In the last session, the party decided that the best way to do things going forward was meeting with the rulers and figuring out how they could be of service and not be a burden to the society they have come in on top of. And I do mean on top of, because they have made a dock with a very, very large dragon turtle. The civilization that lives on the back of the turtle is, let's say, tense at the best and loose on the morals at worst. This has culminated in a brawling pit going slightly wrong, Pip being a central focus of one of those brawls that went slightly wrong, and eventually leading them to somewhat ill repute with the peoples on the island. This was then exacerbated somewhat by a meeting with the king, and Mr. Twig and Mr. Pigsy going and getting themselves some friends in chains with some coins. After the rest of the party found out about this, they decided that the entire slave auction was to be bought and set free. However, there is still that question of how do we go about that, considering that they have very recently found out that a very crucial person in Pip's backstory has arisen, a fellow assassin that is currently only known by the name of Hart. Rachel got our last play of the night, and as such, she has a DM inspiration, so please let us know in the comments who it is had the best moment, made you laugh, made you cry, or just did that strange thing that came in clutch. Without further ado though, we return to the Wheelman's Courtyard, the central hub of this little society, where currently there stands the party in a company with 7 individuals of various backstories, including a young tiefling girl who potentially has some healing abilities, a Naga whose name their current owner cannot pronounce to save their life, and a very unusual half-orc who has been recently christened Axel. Before we begin, Jasmine, do you mind quickly filling people in about your character, what they look like, and a little bit about their backstory that you're happy to share?
Let me pull it up because I just got home from the store.
No problem. Again, you don't need to tell us everything, just a little bit of exposition to give us a flavour of who you are and what you're doing at the moment.
Okay. Pip is short, even for a halfling. She's only 2.5 feet tall. She has short, like silver hair and blue eyes, and she's always covered in a cloak, so you don't really see much of her body. She comes from would you call it a guild, JC?
I would say that's probably a good term for it. Yes.
She comes from an assassin's guild that she was born into. She left it because she has morals. And she's not really pursuing anything, just trying to run away from her past and stay out of reach of the people that raised her, because she's afraid they'll bring her back. Ooh, that was rough.
Which is doubly shocking as the most recent addition to your potential party turns out to be an exact member of the same guild that you're trying to get away from.
Yeah.
A gnome named Hart. So, naturally, Jasmine, if you don't mind musing when you're not being talkative, that'd be much appreciated. But with all things being equal, I will allow you guys to take over. I'll try to give a little bit of update on what's going on. So, you all stand currently in the Wheelman's Courtyard in front of the slave auction. Around you includes the Forge, which is the fighting pit where you've recently taken place, and the Palace, the royal quarters, basically the biggest building in the place, where the king holds court and keeps all of the records. Many ships are moored to the tail end and to the outer shell of the dragon turtle, who is currently steadily swimming its way through vastly strong currents, and the peoples, pirates, traders, and others are currently residing. You have gained a few harsh looks and a few muttered curses as you have snagged up what most people are assuming to be a show of force and the good stock, and are thus getting the hairy eyeball from a few people, especially after the certain Pigsy ran after the only slave that didn't make it into their specific possession and then went and bought that one too. So, I turn it over to you with the knowledge that your paladin of the Holy Knights who wishes to free all slaves is on your ship, and you now have 7 extra people to figure out where they're going to go. I unleash the madness that you have wrought.
Yay.
We mean that Pixie's brought.
Yeah,
Wait, I didn't do anything wrong though. They were selling. They were, you could buy friends. So I was like, okay, let's buy some friends.
Okay, so when in the best course of action to one, take off the shackles of.
No.
Why no?
We need to talk out of earshot of these slaves, please.
Okay.
Friends, my friends are coming.
Friends.
Is there any place that isn't like really highly populated around us that we can easily go to?
Probably heading to the front of the Dragon Turtle, as most of the naturally where the boats are being moored and where they get tied off to, the industry is built around that lower and back half and the back hemisphere of the Dragon Turtle shell. So the front half of it is probably fairly clear for you guys to step on, and with it being somewhat vegetated, as in various seaweeds and sea creatures and such that have found their way to make home on this ecosystem of a creature, you can certainly go there. Probably your best.
Okay, so does that sound good to you guys to head towards the front of the dragon turtle? Alright.
What are we gonna do with our friends?
So our friends...
Can I go and get Thovik?
Oh no. I don't think
would
that's
be a good idea.
Mm-hmm. We need Thovik.
Yeah, but if Thovik comes to us right now and he sees us with friends with chains, it's not going to go well for any of us, and I don't feel like taking 8 points of damage again.
I'm gonna go and get Thovik.
I will
Okay,
remind you, Nyax, that you do have a familiar.
Ooh. I'm gonna pull Laria out on a little bit of parchment. I'm gonna request him to come to the entrance of the forge to Thovik.
Mhm.
I'm gonna set her off, and I'm gonna say,
So,
Your hummingbird flits away in extreme prejudice against the pull of gravity, and it heads off to the Black Tides or the Black Mast. I can't quite remember the name of the ship off the top of my head, where Thovik and Board
The Black Mast.
reside. Black Mast, thank you.
It's in my notes.
He heads off to go and collect him.
I say we should go to the entrance of the forge. That's where I told Thovik to meet us.
Okay, let's wait there.
So I follow, but I make a cross on my body in prayer. So just hoping that I don't get my butt beat.
Make a roll a religion for me there, Amon.
Alrighty. Oh crap. And what was my addition for religion? Okay. Oh, 5.
Anyone who has a religion score of anyone who would have a passive religion of 12 or higher, so I'm not actually sure who that would be.
I have a passive religion of 12 and higher. I have a 13.
In Amon's panic, he combined something like 7 different religious holy things at the same time, and you're not sure he's actually done any of them correctly, but he might be 7 times blessed, which is a very holy number in this universe, or he might have just told one god that his mother was a bit wide. So.
Oh no!
Kind of fitting. But a few minutes later, Thovik arrives, and Thovik, who is a 7.5 foot tall, half elven individual of charcoal black skin and bright smile, looks at you with his chromed, silvered, and cobalt black armor. And as you approach, his smile, which was forming, very quickly transforms into a hard glower.
Amon starts shaking in his boots.
Hey Thovek, look, you could
Hey,
buy
Thovek.
people here.
Shut
Isn't
up!
that so cool?
Shut up, Pixie.
Igby, shut up.
Allow us to explain, alright? Pigsy disappeared off the ship while I was at the trial, and we found out that he was at that auction, right? Now, be understanding, he grew up. I don't know where he grew up. He doesn't understand what slaves are, but we didn't want people to buy them, so we bought all of them, and we want to free them, and we don't know what to do because we're stupid. Can you help?
Make a persuasion.
Oh,
Please
gosh.
be good.
Okay. What's my 13? I don't have any plus to persuasion.
You did what?
We bought all of the slaves so that we could free them.
Okay, so Vic, it might sound bad, but here's
Might
out. They were
is an understatement.
yes, okay, I know, but they were treating them badly, and I point over to the tiefling girl. They even had a child at the auction, Thovik. We couldn't leave them there.
Thovik looks very tense right now. You can see it. There's actually a tension in his eyes.
Insight.
Go ahead.
Can I do insight too,
Wait,
please?
Go ahead.
What's my insight score?
I rolled a natural one.
Can I roll? Like,
Oh no.
Certainly.
23.
23. What did you get there, Nyax?
I don't want to talk about it.
Ah.
Really like
Nyax,
dirty 20. I got a dirty 20.
I'm not even going to bother typing this to you in private. Thovik is really struggling to keep control of himself right now, and it's purely because you're talking that he is still listening rather than taking action.
Oh no.
We don't want to. We just. They were really. It was.
Can I, like... Oh, crap, I don't have anything to, like, show a memory of what I told Swift, Quiver, and Foul. Oh no. I look at him plainly, like, please believe us, Slovik. We will set them free as soon as we get to the mainland.
But we can set them free now. We just don't.
Until the mainland.
Because if we set them free right now, there's a high possibility that the people who we pissed off in the auction will most likely try taking them from themselves.
Then it is your responsibility to ensure that they are well catered for, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Then do not make excuses. Free them immediately.
In silent speech, I'm going to say to Thovik, one of them is an assassin.
His head snaps to you. What?
One of them, in silent speech, okay? One of them belongs, to the same Assassin's Guild that I used to belong to. And he wants to kill Nyax.
And what proof do you have of this?
We were talking in Thieves' Camp.
Make a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Oh god. What? I just...
17?
Say again?
17?
17. We will move to a quieter location.
I know a quieter location that we can possibly go to where there's not that many people.
Go now.
Okay, I lead the way to the top of the dragon turtle's head, towards that area.
Now, you've seen Thovik in combat before. You've recently seen him win the fight to become the champion of the bear, the unarmed combat against a very capable opponent. And even then, he didn't look quite as serious as he did then. It was all still part of the enjoyment. The only time you probably see him really serious is when you're fighting against the Black Hand. So this is a somewhat unsettling visage as he moves, and even Nyax and Amon, who are fairly tall individuals in their own right, it suddenly dawns on you just how big your friend is.
Yeah. So, can I, like, keep a good, like, 10 feet away from him? If that's okay?
Certainly. You eventually make it to the front, or a quieter area near the front, the backs of the buildings where various containers and crates are being loaded and stored, and you find yourself in what would resemble or become the semblance of a blind spot. It's you, Thovik, and are you bringing all of your new acquaintances with you?
Is there anywhere we can put them? So
Yeah.
that they'll be, like, watched?
I'm just gonna stay back with them whilst you guys talk. So I'm gonna follow them, but I'm gonna be like they're gonna walk further with.
Yeah, I can stay back as well.
Okay, so it'll be me.
And me.
Thovik.
Twig's gonna go with you.
Can I just, like, send a quick layer to Nyax?
If Pigsy is trying to hold himself back, Thovik glowers and says, "You will be part of this."
Oh no.
Okay. And I'm
I'm-
gonna tell Twig to tell the my personal friends how to do the correct dance and the movements while we're gone.
No.
I'm gonna take the chain off Axel.
It's not necessary there, ma'am. It's okay. I'm quite comfortable with them now.
I'm still gonna take it off him.
That is your opinion to choose. Of course it is. What are we doing with? He like looks down at the gnome that you believe to be of the Assassin's Guild. What are we gonna do with that one?
I'm not too sure yet.
Are we doing as the big fella said, Daya? I don't really feel comfortable not doing what he said.
We
Can
should
I-
keep an eye on him whilst they are talking over there.
Okay. The rest of you with the wig
Mhm.
and are Evan's friends coming with him?
Oh no, mine will stay back with Nyax,
Okay.
and then I'll let Twig stay back there as well.
You are make it to your designated crate courtyard. And Thuvik again,
Mhm.
still stiff, looks at you all.
Still, like, it was disgusting seeing them up there and like seeing them sold, and I just wanted to do anything that I could to fix it. And so she's really young, and they were all looking at her weirdly. I didn't want anything bad to happen to her.
They were making fun of everyone who was going up on stage.
Allow me to be completely clear in this matter. I do not particularly care that you bought them. I am caring that you are keeping them still shackled. The second you had them in your possession, you freed
Mine's
them.
unshackled. The
So are
teacher girl's
mine.
unshackled. I unshackled her when we were
Yeah,
at
so
the
am I. Well,
The only ones who aren't unshackled are the gnome and
piggies, I think.
Pigsies.
Pixies.
Mine
Yeah.
are all still shackled, yeah.
I
Why he
unshackled
is
mine
very
as soon
angry.
as I got them.
This is why he is very angry.
Okay,
I mean,
So
I guess I
Vic,
could
you shouldn't
take
be
them off.
angry at me and Pitt. You should be angry over at the small dude with the pointy hat.
Who's the small dude with the pointy hat?
Yeah, who has the pointy hat?
I was trying to make a joke. Never mind. You should be angry at Pigsy. As I
mean-
point over to Pigsy.
I mean, I'm taking great care of my friends. I got them an outfits, and then I point over to them, and then of course you can see the outfits that I bought. They're not the best outfits, but and then I gave them food, and then you can see they have bananas.
They are
They're my
not,
friends.
and yet you treat them like they are your pets.
No, I just don't know them that
Dressing
well.
them up in costumes such as this. And he points at the... What was it again? The tiger onesie?
I think. Yeah, it was a tiger onesie.
It was a child's tiger onesie, but it's on a goblin, so it's like the normal size. He looks awesome in it.
Did you consult him on what he would want?
No, I
This
guess
is
not.
the action of someone who is making friends.
Mm. Fine, I'll take off their little chains. And I'm gonna try to walk away.
I
Like, leave
grab
the
him.
conversation.
No, I go over and grab him and try keeping him there.
No,
Mm.
let the coward go. We are done here for now.
Okay, I let him go,
So,
and I
Vic, what
just
do we do
walk
about
back up.
what do we do about the heart? No!
He kind of takes a breath and trying to like purges himself of his emotions. And it takes a moment for him to kind of like steel himself and look at you. I do not know how well you know of what they are doing, or indeed anything more about them than what you have told me. So I will leave this decision to you. Slavery should never be an option, though. Not in its current form.
You weren't trying to make them slaves, so that...
I am aware of this. What will you do now that you know this information? Will you slay him?
I feel like the best bet is to probably try getting information for Pip instead of killing him right now, Phobic, but keeping a very keen eye on him. So that way he doesn't go and hurt anyone.
He's killed so many innocent people, and
Why do you sound like you're asking for permission from me? This is your mistake that you have made in this quagmire that you are now in. I will not solve this one for you. I'm still in half a mind to go and find everyone who was in that damn auction and slay them for their crimes.
So I don't know everyone who was, in there, but I feel like we should try... I feel like you should cast a Zone of Truth on the, known Phobic, so we can get the proper information that is truthful and not false.
no, it really isn't.
Why no? It's a good idea, especially
No,
so we
I
can...
don't want to kill him. I don't want to kill anyone. I don't want to kill anyone anymore. After
Zone...
what I
Zone
used
of
to do. Listen, Zone of Truth is not a good idea. If we cast Zone of Truth on him, he'll know that I am not a spade anymore, and he'll go back, and people will be hunting us.
So then what should we do with him? Throw him off the
I
edge?
don't know. I don't want to kill him.
This is a decision for you to make.
So I guess in the meantime, we better keep a keen eye on the known. That way, no one gets hurt.
Well, whatever your decision is in the end, so long as you can live with whatever consequences come from it.
I mean, I think I can live? But I don't know. I want to... So how far away is the gnome exactly away from me?
Out of earshot, but within line of sight.
Alrighty, could I just, like, walk over to him and just, like, tie him in rope from, like, head to toe?
He's fairly
Don't do that!
But if you want to, you're more than welcome to.
I love that.
I mean,
Please do that.
Why? It will make sure that it's at least extra precaution.
We don't want him to be suspicious of us.
Okay, then what should we do, Pip?
I don't know. I'm thinking. Give me time to think. Don't do anything stupid, though.
Fine, I won't do anything stupid. For a little bit. I don't know how long that's going to last.
I think I need to go have a word with the king.
Thovik, don't do anything rash now, okay? We don't need to have...
I was able to master myself when I saw you. I believe I will be able to master myself in front of him. And
okay.
Departs, heading for what you understand to be the king's quarters.
So I'm just going to...
Can I follow him in stealth?
Sure. Roll a stealth.
What's my stealth score? 27.
Easily enough. What are you going to do, Amon?
I'm not gonna follow Pip because I know I'm gonna make it obvious. So I'm just gonna go over to Nyax and just stand next to her.
Alrighty. Pip, you see Thovik go to the administrative area. I forget the name off the top of my head. It's the King's Chalice, and he strides inside and begins talking with one of the clerics, the lizard folk, who seems to look at him with an interest, but a distinct lack of any real emotion to his features. How close do you get?
If I can, close enough to hear.
Okay. With a 27, I'd say you'd be able to do that, but you're starting to push it. You know, with your height and your size and your dexterity and such, you're able to do it, but you are pushing it at this point because it's a simple case of there's just that many people around. You can't stay hidden from all of them, so it's that way. You're picking that person doesn't seem to care if they see me or not. Thovik, I understand that you have a distant custom in this place, but I would express my displeasure at some of the things I have seen here and wish to express the benefit of doing things in a different manner to the king. The lizard folk seems disinterested. The king is very busy. Why should he make special exception for you? Believe me when I say that I have powerful connections in places the king would do well to keep on his side, both on and off the mainland. Oh, and who might these connections be then? Let us say that some of the people that you harbor here could be turned into a more lucrative mission than simply ferrying them from point A to point B. The lizardman seems to be interested in this idea. And if I were to express this intention to the king, what would be in it for me? Well, I thought it kind of like rises up to his full height. I will allow you to use your imagination, considering what I wear, and you have seen what I am capable of. You never know. A powerful friend like me in your corner could see your position change rather quickly. Make an insight, Pip, on both Thovik and on the lizard. Actually, no, just the lizard.
Just the lizard?
Yeah, just the lizard.
I rolled a 15. Let me check what my score is. Insight +5, so dirty 20.
20. Even you, without the real gift of words, realise that Thovik has done quite a clever job here. He's not really expressed a threat, nor has he expressed a promise. He's left that vague enough to give him a lot of wiggle room, yet it's very clear that his intentions are do this for me and things can go well, but if you make things difficult, things could become sticky for you. And the throwing in of various names that you were not able to catch at the beginning seems to have interested the lizard folk enough to go against what he probably feels is his better judgment.
I'm learning.
I will express your interest to the king. I am sure you will be able to come to some decision. Very good. I await his summons, And Thlovik turns and then strides out, passing you by from but a mere inches, though not realizing that the recently arrived acacia bush probably doesn't grow on this turtle.
Okay. Shoot.
You see him striding towards the ship. Back to your ship.
Okay. I'll just follow him back. But I
The
wanna.
rest of the group?
Well, yeah, back to the rest of the group. That's what I meant. I thought he was going back there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to it.
The group is still wherever they're at. So, I'm going to turn it over to you. Feel free to have a bit of discussion. I will be one moment.
What do you think we should do, Nyax, with...
Well,
She's not here. There she is.
She's gone. She left.
poof. Come with the birds. No, it's up to you.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want... We're out of earshot of them, right?
You guys are right next to the slaves. Well, the friends.
Okay, we move out of earshot. Discuss.
I'm teaching them how to dance. We're doing a dance.
I would have told Axel if you could keep an eye on them all.
Then I take Nyax and whoever else wants to follow a little bit away so that we can talk. Whoever else wants to follow, who's that? Is that Pixie want to come or alone?
I'll follow because I was right next to Nyax.
I'm literally teaching them how to dance.
Okay.
Like a little group dance. It's left foot, spin, clap.
I don't want to kill him.
Always just wrap him up in a whole bunch of rope and hope he doesn't escape.
If
He's going to kill people again. He's going to kill others.
So how about this, Pip? You don't have to kill him. We can.
I don't...
That way you don't have to go back to what you once were doing, and we can get rid of a potential threat. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
How about we do it fair?
Nyax?
We give him a dagger, and we fight.
Oh, okay. I see. Let's do this. We'll do the Zone of Truth on him. And I'll get the information that I want about the hearts. Then it wouldn't be fair for multiple people to fight him. So we can go to the forge and do a death battle. The king would like that.
To kill him.
I didn't hear anything that you said.
The only thing is, with that, is I'm pretty sure they don't fight to the death.
We could see.
Let's go knock out.
What is that?
David, your mic is messing up.
Pepper.
I think he's not muted is the thing. I think he's gone away from the microphone, but he's not muted.
No, I am right here. I'm at the dinner table. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Can I...
They put people forward
Wait,
to fight.
Did I see anything about fights to the death in the forge when we were signing up for our fights?
I'm going to point out that you got into quite a bit of trouble trying to kill the guy, and he wanted to try and save you. So, you know, it's up to you what you do about that.
Wait, what guy?
Blades.
We're not
Yeah,
talking
you
about
can't.
Blades.
You
He
can't
immediately tried
fight.
saving you the second he
Oh,
realized that
okay,
you
yeah.
were
So there's
out
no
of the
rights
fight.
to the death. What do we do with him then? I don't want to kill. If killing people is the most legal way to kill him is in the ring, but that's not even legal here. And if we give him back, he'll just be a slave, and he could escape and kill more people. Are there any laws against killing your slaves?
Don't have to
If you
necessarily.
really own them?
We can.
None that you explicitly know about, but then you don't exactly know much about owning a slave. I think that's
Can we wipe his memory? After we've done the Zone of Truth, can we wipe his memory?
That's a really high level spell, I think. Modify memory.
Are you asking me this?
Yeah.
Modify memory is a high level spell, and there's also mind blank, which is another high level spell.
Does anyone know how to cast that?
What did you get from Thovik?
What do you mean? Oh, he's really upset. He didn't really say much other than that Pixie was a coward.
I think an execution then.
Should we talk to the king?
Would the king even listen?
The king might want to put him back into slavery, but if we go with Thovik in the morning when he goes to protest against slavery, maybe we can...
The thing with this is I think we should do the execution on the ship away from people's eye and not tell anybody about it.
What if they come asking for the slaves, or they notice that we're one slave down?
I don't think they would really care.
I don't think they would care either.
Because after all, after we buy them, it doesn't matter what we do with them. So in all fairness, I feel like we should do what Nyax just recommended.
There's so many things that could go wrong with that plan. I still don't even want to kill him.
You won't be doing the killing.
These people are...
He has killed people.
So have I, though, and you guys don't want to kill me.
He wants to kill me right now.
Yeah, but here's the difference between you, Pip, and him. You are trying to turn away from killing living people. He still wants to do the killing. He doesn't want to change.
Can I have some time to talk to him before we decide what to do with him?
You can talk with him right now if you wish.
Okay. I'm gonna walk back to the group of slaves and...
Axel and Pigsy are there. The people that specifically believe they are owned by Pigsy are doing as he says, though it looks like the goblins are now starting to reconsider their life choices. And Axel is looking a little bit bemused by this and just seems to be kind of doing it by himself, as if it's like, trying to see what it is that is going on. But he's still holding onto the chain that connects to your heart gnome.
Can I go up to Axel and ask him for the chain? Or will he not give it to me?
I was kind of told to keep hold of this one by myself, so I'm
Well,
really sorry I
Axel,
couldn't do that.
I'll forgive you this time for not knowing out of ignorance, but Nyx and I are actually married, which means that we both own you because you know how marriage works.
I'm very sorry, my mistress. Absolutely. Hand you the chain very quickly. My most sincere apologies. I was not aware of this. I will make sure to be...
It's okay, Axel. It's okay.
Very good, my lady. Well, then, is there anything else that you require of me?
I'm just gonna look at Nyax and say, are we gonna set them free now?
I'm gonna talk to Axel.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the tiefling girl, Turquoise, and I'm gonna tell her that I'll be back.
She barely moves.
I figured, okay.
I'm gonna give her some food. I'm gonna give her one of my portions of food.
She doesn't take it.
And she doesn't.
Nope.
Can I try to give her one of my portions of food?
She looks really unsure and then slowly takes it.
I'm gonna give Axel one too.
Oh, that's very kind of you there. Thank you, my lady. And he it's kind of like a ration bar. And normally you'd expect people to nibble on the corner of it. He just shoves the entire thing into his mouth, taking a big half bite out of it.
One to quick silver and one to foul. So that way they can also have something in their stomachs.
I thought her name was Swiftquiver.
Yeah.
I did say Swift Quiver.
You said
I
thou.
said Snowflake.
Oh.
Snowflake.
No, I said thou for the. I said thou for my
Yes. Sorry, my
Okay.
bad. Okay. Mark off.
That's
your
the
rations.
9th slave we're gonna get. Snowflake.
Mark off your rations where appropriate.
You eat when you get the dance right. It's left, clap. I'm just joking.
Can I take the gnome a little bit away from everyone else?
Mm-hmm. He
So that I can talk.
He steps away with you willingly.
Yeah, literally, this is uncomfortable. Oh, I'm gonna die. How did you become part of the hearts? I know that, well, Sorel told me that most people are born into them, but I know that I wasn't, and...
That was been a bit of the family trade, you see. Been a 4th generation I am. You know Sorel then, eh? In with the higher ups, I like it. So,
I was his second in the Spade House, or I am his second in the Spade House.
Trained up to overtake him, I see. So what's our plan then? Is a good bounty on that one, or is she just one of them corrupt souls?
It's a bit of a strange plan. This group is traveling to the Shifting Sands, and I have reason to believe that traveling with her will lead me to fortunes, if you will. So the plan is to keep her alive for now.
So it's not so much that she's got the bounty, but she's got some vast wealth that will be repurposed for a better cause. Okay. And how exactly do you know all this?
I've been traveling with her for a while. I like to spend a lot of time with my prey.
A bit of a different way for an assassin.
Well, I mean, there's a reason that I'm so young, but Soleil's second.
Alright. What about the others then? How are we gonna make sure our plan doesn't get any hiccups in it from the others? See that one there? He's already got himself into hot water with the big fella. Gonna use that to our advantage. Keep poking at that.
I'm still assessing that situation. Let me ask you a question. Why is it that you want to kill people? I know why the Spades want to kill people.
We're all one and the same. Corrupt souls like that, threatening our world. Let's face it, they was the ones that messed with things they shouldn't have. That's what our world became. Don't want
Corrupt
any more
because of the
repeat
magic?
that. Course. You know the story, don't you?
Of course I know the story. I'm just conflicted. I was in a boat, sailing down a river, and there was a group of fellow Spades, not of the same house, and they attacked us, but they had a magic user with them, which is what makes me so confused.
Magic how?
Enchantment.
He looks at you confused. You're gonna need to be a bit more specific there, darling. I'm not entirely sure I'm following.
The people on the boat with us were under some sort of spell that made them dazed and disorganized, and as soon as we were away from the other house, they returned to normal.
Is this a backstory thing, or is this a thing that's happening in game? Because I don't remember this.
It's a thing that's happened in game. Remember, we were traveling on the boat, and there was other, I don't remember what they were, goblin thingies, and they had the papers with Leighton on them. They had been hired to kill Leighton, and Leighton was with us. And I remember that the other crewmates on the book, I forget what race they were. Changeling, I think? We never found out. They were under some kind of spell while the fight was going on.
Can't say I understand the reasons of the spades, but let's just say us hearts have got a slightly more orthodox member and way of doing things.
Go
The
on.
spades business is the spades business. If they want to use a little bit of trickery, capture one, force them to capture some more, then so long as they all die in the end, keep our plane safe from outside excursions, we're doing a noble work.
You know, Soleil was very interested in the hearts for a while. He said that there was this big plan he had, and he was thinking about asking for a collaboration.
Make it
Do you think
check.
that... Oh god. Deception. I'm suck at deception. And I can't cast guidance because then I'd be using magic. 15!
Okay. Okay, keep talking.
Do you think that would go over very well, or are our ways too different?
Well, we're all part of the same cause. I think a few people would chafe, but not all people are so narrow-minded. You need to make sure that people are honed and ready before you trust them with any real knowledge and power. After all, how do you think Soleil and people like him are able to dance among the shadows?
How long have you been part of the Hearts? Well, your entire life. I guess I should ask how old you are.
I'm gonna keep that one to myself. You never know, keeping personal things personal, you understand?
How old does he look?
That's really hard to tell because he's lived quite a harsh life. And also, gnomes, there's a bit of variation to them, yes, across the years, naturally, as any race does. But, again, there's not really any. There's no grey to his hair, so you're not like, thinking too old. But the fact he's seeming quite confident and talking the way he is, he can't be really young, so.
Fair enough. We keep our secrets in this business.
What is this on your rear? It's just my fuck.
Welcome to the background. That's quite alright. Let's face it, we're all new at this. Ugh.
Just a wee bit, man.
I'm still
Yeah,
dancing it up.
Why are you teaching them the
Make a
renegade?
performance. Make a performance check.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. What is my performance?
That one.
Oh, just a 4.
I forgot what I was gonna ask. Where did you sit in the?
One second, just a- what'd you get there, Pixie?
I got a 4.
Your enthusiasm about having friends that you can do as much as you want with has clouded your ability to teach them the dance because you think you were teaching them one dance, but by the movements of one and the movements of the other, it looks like they've been completely different dances. And it's like, come on, guys, like,
It's not rocket science. Come on.
Go ahead, Pip. I think you're muted, Pip.
She might have a lot of background noise right now,
Oh,
so
yeah,
maybe
sure.
that's why. And she probably doesn't want to unmute it.
Yeah.
I assume.
Where did you sit in the Hearts? Were you one of the top members, like me, or?
I think I've got a bit more experience, but my lineage wasn't quite so tied to our most esteemed. Though I have been very fortunate to meet Joker.
Joker?
Handpicked for a special team. Soleil was on it himself. Us and a couple of others managed to take out the Cantress. We got close, testing the limits of our skills. I think she's still got a little bit of a twinge in her hand when she thinks of us.
She's still alive?
We didn't quite make the mark, but it was our first try, and such a rapidly thrown together team is going to come into some teeth and problems.
Do I know who he's talking about when he refers to Joker?
Joker is one of those mysterious mystery figures, in the same way that Ace and the other
Ace leader.
members are. That
So he's
he could be
met.
anyone, or he could be nobody, and it's just that way of making it sound much more mysterious. But Joker is known to have Joker, and along with Ace, King, and Queen of the various houses, tend to be the ones that make sure that their internal organizations are kept under wraps, as well as are the ones that go out and test high-profile targets. And if they think they're capable of being handed off to others, then they do.
You know, funnily enough, I've met Joker as well.
Make a deception.
Oh, fuck! 19, not nat 20, but 19.
What do you have you do then, eh? Someone so young. Soleil's protege, I'd imagine, gets you in some nifty places.
It was an entire family. The father was a wizard of the Lyceum. We actually managed to get rid of our target, though. And I'm just gonna kind of look down my nose at him.
Funny about that. I heard that the son managed to make it out.
There was no son. He was a father, a wife, and 2 twin girls.
Make another deception.
Shit. 14?
I knew you was full of shit. You don't know who Joker is, do you?
Yes, I do. Maybe the sun got out, but we killed the main target.
Okay then.
The sun didn't have magical capabilities anyway.
What does Joker look
What does
like?
Joker look like?
What weapon does he use?
He had his cloak pulled over his head. How would I have seen his face?
That's why I'm asking what weapon he used. Not what he looked like. What weapon?
Daggers, just like me.
Interesting, alright. Let's say I believe you.
Okay, let's say, and?
What's your
Is
point?
that all?
Boastful
I have
pride.
I'm just trying to, let's say convince you that if at any point you stray from our plan, from what I say, I could easily get rid of you.
See, now that's really interesting. And he slips his hand out of his manacle. I could say the same to you.
That's a very clever trick. Why didn't you do that earlier?
And considering Soleil has sent the word out that his protege has gone missing, I wonder, you really on target?
I am on target, of course. A little secrecy never hurt anyone. He'll be very happy when I come back with hoards of treasure.
I wonder if your chums would believe that.
Believe what?
Let's not make anything too cozy, alright? You're a spade, I'm a heart. We work together when we need to. But if I think you're trying to pull one over on me, much in the same way you've been spinning bullshit at me all day long, we might be running into some problems.
Counter, stop!
And
Yeah.
considering you're only using daggers, still,
Only daggers? You don't think that daggers are mighty?
no. Daggers have their place and they're perfectly part of our craft. But everyone knows that when you start getting true power, you move up. Start moving on to extra things, understanding how different things can be used. If all
What,
you've
like
been using
katanas
daggers,
and whips?
considering all you've been using is daggers, starting to question how high up you really got.
Really now? Before, now I'm annoyed, because before I ran away, if I had done my fucking mission like I was supposed to and come back, then I would have been as high up as I was saying I was, and that's just with the daggers. So, fuck you, Mr. Gnome. Daggers are great. And what exactly makes you dislike daggers so much? What weapon do you use then?
Oh, I've got daggers. I've still got 3 of them on me right now.
And? What is it then? Guns? Long swords? Short swords?
Guns drawing everyone's attention? No. Only fools use something that loud.
Darts?
If you have to ask, then you don't know. You should be able to tell just from my disposition what I can use and what my specialities are in.
Can I roll insight on his disposition?
Thing is, you don't really know what it is he's alluding to, so you could roll as high as you want.
I'm
wouldn't
thinking
really
something
relate to
bigger
anything.
than I'm thinking poison darts because I know that the spades use poison and I have poison on me as well. You know, daggers can be much more powerful than normal weapons when you tip them with
Starting to
poison.
test my patience, love.
Well, you're dissing my favorite weapon.
You should have learned to move on from child's toys and onto something a bit more potent. But
I'm going to yell Nyax and then stab him with my venom dagger.
Second.
I said I'm going to shout Nyax and stab him with my venom dagger.
Roll initiative.
Ooh, chow.
Oh shit! I'm
love
going
it.
last.
Renegade. Renegade. That's some good initiative.
Do I get a surprise attack on him? Is that how that would work?
Nope. Nope.
Are we on roll 20? Do we have a map?
Yes. We have a map, but it's not going to be much use. Pretty prop, considering you might have been going to try and get a death match in the arena. Okay, so let me get up his statistics.
Level 20 assassin.
What's going on?
Are you guys rolling initiative too?
1 second. Okay.
Is there happening?
Can I get 25 to 20, please?
26.
Do we all roll initiative or no?
Yeah.
Not 20 plus 6.
Hmm. Okay, 26 for Pip. 20 to 15.
I got a 20. If I'm part of this or not.
Well, I'll say that you probably have a round out as this goes on, and then probably jump in. So 20
Yeah, no worries.
for Piggsy.
And Twig. Don't forget Twig.
Andrew. That's true.
Do I
And
roll for
Twig.
every single one of my friends?
No, they will not be getting involved in this. 15 to 10?
No.
5? What was that?
That was me, sorry.
being
7 for Amon. And Nyax.
5.
5 for
Woo!
Nyax. Okay.
We're
Pip,
tag teaming again. Yes.
you have the microism of a faster reaction than him. Go ahead.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna stab him.
Just so people know, Pip got a natural 20, and with a magical enchantment, which gives her +1 initiative, gives her 26. The assassin rolled a natural 20 and got 25.
Thank God for that eye.
Mm.
Okay. I'm going to roll to attack. I guess that with the venom dagger.
Yep,
Do I get sneak attack because he wasn't expecting it, or?
he was expecting this.
Oh God, he was expecting it. Of course he was.
He was on guard. He's never going to not be on guard.
That is a what is the plus? What's my? There's my character sheet. A 24 to hit.
That hits.
Then he takes 1d4 plus 2d10.
Unless he makes a save correctly.
Yes, he needs con save.
That is a fail.
Where's my d10? Oh,
Can you
19.
move slightly closer to the microphone, Jasmine?
Sorry.
That's fine. What did you say there? 19, I think?
Yes, 19 from the d10s plus 3, which would be 22, plus my plus 5, so 27.
Wait, how did you get 22 from 2d10?
2 because plus the 1d4 from dagger damage.
Okay. Plus 5, 29. Okay. Anything else?
Bonus action. Bonus action, use cloak. I'm gonna grab onto him and cloak of the
You
mountebank
used your
over.
cloak already today.
When?
When
Oh
you
shit, you're right, I
escaping
did.
From
You are
the
very,
king.
very right. You are very, very right. Okay. Then I'll just wait.
Okay. It is now his turn.
I'm scared. I'm very scared.
Okay. Considering he's only got daggers on him at the moment, he slings them out and rolls to attack you. What is your AC? If you're going to use
It's
shield, now is the time to use it.
19.
19. He got a 14 on the dice, so he hits you.
Uncanny dodge.
Yep. He did the same. Which is, that's a 1d4. So, roll. Yep, I think that's everything. You take 31 halved to 15, and you feel some of your soul being siphoned away, and he blinks. Oh, you really have betrayed the cause, magic user. Your strength score is reduced by 2. He then attacks you again. However,
Rogue with
that
second attack. Strange.
that is going to miss. He
It's
then-
reduced by 2, you said?
Once again? Yeah, reduced
My
by 2,
strength
yeah.
is reduced by 2.
Yeah. He then does something that seems to affect your vision for a moment. And when your vision refocuses, he is not visible.
Do I see him?
Do we still see him?
What is everyone's passive perceptions?
My
Sinister would have been
passive-
looking straight at him.
Yep. What are your passive perceptions?
13.
That is not enough.
Alrighty.
He
15?
seemed, Nax, as you were looking straight at him, he seemed to take a step back, and it is as if he went invisible. As if he just stepped backwards through a veil, and he is nowhere to be seen at the moment. That is his turn done. Next is Nax, you be in this round because you got called. Go ahead.
I probably make my way over to Pip with my movement.
Okay,
I'd get
you
there.
can charge over. Yep, let's say you get there.
As soon as I saw him take a step backward,
Mm-hmm.
that would make him hair. Oh, well, it would be hair backward from her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and roll to attack.
Okay.
Is that with disadvantage or?
It would be yes. You don't actually know who he is.
That's the 20. Dirty 20.
You swing and collect nothing.
Yeah. I'll try and I'm gonna Can I use a bonus action to reach down onto the floor, pick up some sand, and flick it?
Certainly. You reached out. Well, rather than reaching down, you probably just kick a bunch of sand up and poof,
Yeah.
and it falls flat, collecting nothing.
From all the way around.
You see nothing. You've kicked up the sand in that general area and nothing.
Okay, well that's my turn then. Next is back to the top,
Back to
I
the
guess.
top with Pip.
Oh, Is it an action to try to figure out if I know what he's doing?
It would be an action to take a perception check, yes. You do have some experience with this, though, because you saw a person nearly killed with something, a group doing something very similar to this once upon a time.
Is this my backstory or something that happened in the game?
Happened in-game.
I remember. I think I remember at least. Gnome. Fucking gnomes. I hate gnomes!
Damn, poor Pixie.
Let me check my spell. I want to see if the spell works. Okay, this is a game mechanic question. Do feats and invocations that give you, like, things or, like, race abilities, do those, like, register as magic?
typically speaking, it says you're able to cast the spell, and spells in and of themselves mean they're able to do magic.
Hmm. I just need to see how this all works. Sorry.
His name is Balak Al-Ghul. He's an orc. He's an orc. Staying at the night gate.
You need to pressure for your turn.
Sorry, I'm going to use the. I'm gonna drink a healing potion, and I'm gonna hold my action for when he pops up again. Attack.
Okay.
You're welcome. I'll test you on my way.
It's his turn.
Okay. Twig, Pigsy, and Amon. It's as if a mote of black just appeared out of nowhere, and you see the gnome who you know to be a killer step out of nowhere and shove a dagger into Turquoise. This seems to do something to him. He goes, "Fucking magic users, we'll get you all one day." Amon, what is your AC?
18, 12.
I'm afraid that's a 19 on the dice. This is going to hurt.
My action goes off. I throw a dagger at him.
Are you within range?
I believe I am, but I will
Well,
double-check.
we don't know where he's appeared on the map.
Oh,
No.
sorry, let me. My apologies. I thought I moved him. So he appears over here. Probably is
It's
within range.
38.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
go
I'm
ahead.
in
It's
range.
probably with disadvantage, isn't it, for daggers at
Why?
that range?
No?
You're not.
I
You're
don't
not a
think so.
sharpshooter. You're not a
Oh, okay.
sharpshooter.
Well,
Daggers only have
disadvantage,
20.
because I'm at 24.
That hits. You do not get sneak attack, technically speaking.
But allies are near him.
He's not engaged by your ally because they're caught flat-footed. You had a surprise round. Nyax got called, so she was like turned and saw this going on. Everyone else is still kind of catching up a little bit. Next round, when they're all fighting and such, then yes, but in these kind of really flowing circumstances, Amon technically isn't prepared for the fight.
15 points.
15 points, he will uncanny dodge that. Down to 7. Get to that. Amon, you take 24 points of piercing damage plus an additional 15 points.
So I take 39.
39, yep.
Jeez. People really want me dead.
You have a reaction in Hellish Rebuke if you wish to use it.
Yeah, I would like to cast Hellish Rebuke on him. And he
Okay.
has to pass a dexterity save.
He makes the save and has evasion, so unfortunately, as he slashes into you and your gout of magical blood becomes this flaming whip that goes around you and then surges out in his direction, he's already fallen flat as if prepared for it, and then comes up, and then you take your strength score is reduced by 3.
Well, I'm down to 7 strength.
Um,
Wait, permanently reduced or temporary?
You're not sure. He then takes a step back, and again seems to disappear.
Okay, so this isn't the gnome thing that I was thinking of then, because you can only use that once.
Next is Amon, I believe. Or is it Pigsy? Pigsy, you're up.
It's
You're up.
Pigsy.
Pigsy, you're up.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I was just going to say, do I get an opportunity of attack before he vanishes?
No, I'm saying he steps back, as in like you see him like as if he like the back half of him disappears to the front, as if he's like stepped back through something.
Oh, okay. Now Turquoise, is she just like legit just got shanked, or is she like on the ground motionless right now?
She got shanked and is currently on the ground.
Okay, and she doesn't have her like the necklace magic mantle kind of thing around her neck, right? Like Pip took that off. Because didn't she have like kind of basically like a necklace that was like a shackle, so she couldn't cast magic? Or did I dream that?
No.
Oh, I swear I thought that's how she couldn't cast magic.
I don't believe she has anything of that description. No, she is on the ground right now.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm just tripping then. Okay. So then I'm going to. Can I bonus action then hold an action?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, so I'm going to bonus action healing word her, and then I'm going to hold my action. And it's going to be command grovel.
Okay. You do not need to roll any health. Turquoise is not responding.
Oh. Okay.
Was
and
it
then that's
to him
everything.
or wait? Did you mean it for the guy that we're fighting or her?
Turquoise. Sorry, who are you addressing that question to?
Pixie.
Oh, like I wanted to heal Turquoise with my bonus action, and then hold my action, which is my command grovel, for when I do see the assassin. Can I do that?
Yes, absolutely. And that's what I thought you did. However, as you cast your healing magic into Turquoise, you don't need to roll because it has no effect.
Oh, okay. But she's still like just shanked like on the ground, right?
She's shanked and is on the ground, yes.
Okay.
Here's the question you should be asking: is she dead?
Well, that's what I kind of assume. I don't know. Okay.
If that is your turn done, please say who is next on the initiative.
Yes. Turn is done, and we have Amon next.
All right. So am I able to see the tiefling girl on the ground?
Yes.
Could I try? So, is she dead, or is she like about ready to die?
You have no way of knowing at this particular moment unless you do a medicine check on her.
Crap. Would that be an action, or could that be a bonus action? The medicine check.
It would be an action to check her.
Okay. I'm going to, just in case, so I don't waste time. Can I cast Spare the Dying on her?
Certainly. Is that an action or a bonus action?
Bonus action, and then I want to action medicine checker.
Okay, then go ahead. Roll medicine.
Alrighty, so just give me 1 second so I can see how much I get for medicine.
Yo, this gnome just shanked a little girl. Like, what?
I hope he dies.
Yo, fuck gnomes.
So you're saying fuck yourself?
Yeah, re-rolling. New character. New character. I'm only playing as Twig, though.
Oh crap, I did the wrong command.
I would recommend copying and pasting the command.
Yeah.
13.
13.
Turquoise is dead.
No! Fuck.
I don't have diamonds, so I can't do my spell.
We have diamonds.
I am ready to kill this dude. Okay, enter next pit.
It's my
No,
turn next.
Nyax.
Oh, Nyax? Oh shit, sorry, Nyax, your turn. Please kill him for me.
He's too far away from me. And he's just gone invisible. I don't know where he's gone. I'm going to hold my actions to attack if he reappears.
Okay, what is it you're going to use to attack?
The Warhammer.
Warhammer, okay. That means obviously only. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Means it's my turn.
Yep.
Bonus action, Nyax.
I don't have one next turn, so it's
Okay.
it's up.
I'm gonna detect magic.
Okay.
Oh dear. You're going to kill me now?
Okay.
With how big is the area that is in?
I will double check right now.
30 feet of you,
Thank you.
in like a radius.
Within 30 feet of.
And it lasts for a few minutes, so if I have to go look around.
Yeah, you can run around with it on.
Within 30 feet of you, the only thing that really comes up is obviously your own magical items and the stuff that Nyax is carrying. Nothing else is immediately evident.
If I move towards the slaves and my group of friends.
You need to move, and I will tell you what you will find out as you move.
Better not kill my slaves. I'm very disrespectful.
Oh, wrong one. 5, 10, 15. What do I get?
You still feel nothing. But you now ping on the others.
20, 25,
Nope, nothing.
30,
You're like just doing a little mission. Running
Nope,
around.
nothing.
35.
Nope.
How the fuck not? What kind of insane movement does he have? Alright, then I will hold my... I'll hold my action to heal whoever the fuck he stabs next.
Okay. He does not reappear.
My
And
spell
we drop
fizzled out.
And we drop out of initiative.
Can I roll like an intelligence to try to figure out how he was disappearing?
Anyone who wishes to try can roll an Arcana, but again, it is going to be a
Yeah.
fairly high DC.
I'm gonna roll an Arcana too. Not that it's gonna
Alright.
get anywhere, but
Can I roll a perception? Just to look around if he ever does pop out?
Yeah, certainly. You have
19.
Because I don't know if it's a 6-second thing or like a whole I don't know how it is. Oh, and since I'm looking with my eyes, I get advantage, right? Because of my item.
Yep.
Mhm.
18 and
Yay.
19, okay. Amon, what did you get for your Arcana? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, there you go.
Hello.
I have no clue what happened. I also got a 19 for Arcana.
None of you have ever seen magic like that. The only thing that comes close to it was the mountebank cloak, but even then, that is a puff and a reappearance at that point. No spells under your repertoire that you know of, and you have not encountered anyone who used a magic like this before.
He said that we did.
You have felt so you saw Miss Abadesha being attacked by something like this, and you saw a cleric attempt to, you saw someone that you're struggling to remember at the moment try and heal Miss Abadesha, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And then something you tried to do that you tried to heal, it didn't work. That's what I was meaning by you have felt this sort of effect before.
But
You said that after he disappeared.
yeah, after you did, yeah.
Not after we got healed.
Okay, I was referring to the psychic shock that reacted with you, and that's why he looked surprised when you reacted to the stab and the such.
How many gold pieces of diamonds do you need to revive her, Pixie?
Yeah, we gotta do this quick.
How many?
It's not working. I need 300.
We have
need it
50
quick.
right now. How quick?
Like 30 more seconds.
What do you mean 30 more seconds?
30 more seconds and I can't bring her back.
Can you
Well,
explain the
10 minutes.
time?
And then out of terms. So it's revivify. So I have
10
a minute
minutes.
to I have a minute to revive them. And then higher levels is when you can actually resurrect, which is like 30 days, etc. So I only have a minute personally.
We only have a 50 gold piece diamond.
Couldn't you a 50 or a 15?
50.
How many do you guys have of those?
Just one.
2. I have 1.
Two. We have 100 then. Is there enough time? There's definitely not enough time to get to the
No.
no. She's
I know
dead.
it's weird.
Is there anything that we can do to try bringing her back without the spell Pixie's trying to do?
There are higher level clerical spells, as Pixie did allude to, that can revive people at a later date. The instantaneous get you up in the heart of combat is called Revivify, and it is a short-term thing. You basically capture the soul and return it to the body by implanting a little bit of life back into it after death, and in so doing, that has effectively that's how they can continue and they can heal their mortal wounds from there, so their soul has a body to inhabit.
Well, I'm
There was a cleric.
We might be able to. So I quickly pick her up and start running to find the cleric.
He'd be at the king's palace. We have to go to the
Okay.
king's place. Wait, but you don't know that there was a cleric? You weren't at the trial?
Fuck. Okay, we'll pick her up, Chaz, and go!
I do.
Nax picks her up, and I'm gonna run towards the place that I had the trial.
I start following.
I'm gonna go with her.
By the time that the cleric is able to make it to Turquoise, too much time has passed.
What do you mean?
Fuck.
I thought it was... Pixie said 30 days.
Oh, no,
At higher levels.
So if he is a high level cleric, he can do it, but it's going to cost a lot of money, like a lot.
We have a lot of money.
Okay.
The
I don't,
Dragonborn
personally.
steps out and goes to cast Revivify, and as they touch the body, you can see a sadness come over them.
Try something else.
I have nothing else. I am not so blessed as others.
Would it be possible to have what happened to me happen to the girl? Or is that too far off? Like, could I ask my patron if he can spare her?
What do you say? How do you entreaty him?
Okay. I say out loud and ask the Undying if he can save this little girl who was taken far too young to even know the joys of life. And I'm also going to, while doing that, I'm going to bow my head and pray to him.
You have a 1 in 20 chance. Please roll.
Okay. So roll a d20?
Yep.
Would I be rolling for religion or just a normal d20?
Just a
roll
normal
d20.
Fuck! That one!
The opposite of what you wanted.
If it's a percentile, then that's good.
Yeah.
No.
Really?
I was looking for a nat 20 on the persuasion.
Wait.
Asashan
I
reaches
have
out.
the inspiration. Can I give it to him?
It is for your use only. Asashan reaches out and
I have the
implants-
other inspiration.
The one that she didn't get from. And that one you let Blackbird give me to re-pull the cards, so that one should work.
Go ahead and mark it off. Roll again, David.
Please. Fuck! 10!
You feel Asassan rest a hand on the back of your shoulders. Or I should say, your patron. You feel him place a skeletal hand on the back of your shoulders. And you get an image in your mind of as if you're walking through this corridor suffused with a misty green light and red beams cutting across and circling and leaving these red beads along the wall. It's kind of smoothed chrome brushed steel that is slightly cracked and warped. And you move into the room and you hear a small whimpering voice. And you turn and you see a young girl. You see her, and you see that she has been grievously wounded. You and this vision are in one mind as you rush over and touch the girl, and a power that is beyond anything you have felt, a connection to life energy that feels alien and warmth and chilling and awe-inspiring and fear all encompass you as you reach out and understand what it is this girl has and what will happen to her. You realize that she will not survive. In a voice that is a very dry rasp, as if unused for many days or many weeks, sandpaper rubbing across the edge of the blade, asking, "I will make it quick. You do not have to fear." And the little girl looks up at you and shakes her head. "Will you just be here?" You nod, and you gently hold this girl in your arms, and you sing lullabies. Something that you yourself don't know, and yet these beautifully haunting melodies seem to relax this little girl in your arms until eventually her spirit fades away. Not everyone is given that chance. Not everyone can survive. And the vision fades.
What if we bring her to Stovik?
She's gone.
What if we bring her to Stovik?
She's gone.
Nice. Stovik.
I'll pick her up and I'll go and carry her to Thothic.
You find Thovik at the boat, and you charge towards the boat, towards the dock. You see a few people giving you curious looks and a few others moving aside as you run with this little girl in your arms. You arrive at the front, at the rearmost of the turtles, the shell, and the gangplank that leads onto board's ship, the black masts. You charge onto it, and what do you do?
Thothic!
You hear pumping footsteps as he charges up. From underneath, you see him carrying a shield in one arm and a battle axe in the other, out of armor but in simpler clothes. And he charges up. What is?
The heart daughter.
Fall, and he runs over and checks her. Is she breathing? What's going on? How long has it been?
It's been a while.
How long's it been?
2 or 3 minutes.
2-3 minutes. Can you bring her back?
I look quickly at the paladin spell list, but he's probably... What level cleric are you, Pigsy?
Well, I'm level 5 personally, but because I'm 3 ranger as well.
Paladins are half casters, so he might not have it either. At his level, he doesn't have the spell slot. He doesn't have high enough spell slots yet.
Can you talk to Tempest?
That is Tempest's domain. Is not. This is not his area. We would be better to talk with. I don't even know. I don't even know of many death gods who would answer in this situation. The Raven Queen, if there was someone who worshipped her, but she has a very small following, even on the City of Glass. I do not think that.
What if we go to the Emporium and see if he has anything that can revive him?
I understand, Pip. Believe me, I do. But I don't think there is anything that can be done in our situation.
You don't understand, Sovik. This was my fault.
Her soul was already taken.
And goes down as level as he can with you and gently places a hand on your shoulder. Then
We need to save her.
sure in time perhaps we can. But now we cannot.
Why not? Why can't we?
The world is not always so kind. We will see that her killer brought vengeance. Is it who you thought it would be? He stands up and goes down into the decking, and about 5 minutes later he comes back up fully armoured. Anyone who can cast spells, come with me. We will search this place.
Are we on the boat right now?
You're on the boat right now, and Tempest's rallying call grabs a few people's attention. Spread out over it. He cannot have gotten far. Detect magic. This thing. Search object. Locate item. Whatever it is you have. Spread out. He cannot have gotten far. And he looks at you guys. When did it happen? I will go there.
The Forge.
The Forge. You all spread out. Go to any place that you can think of. Any place that is high, that is low, that is hidden. And he charges off.
Can I go to a really high place and use thaumaturgy to make my voice 3 times louder and use the spell suggestion to try to have everyone who can hear my voice also start looking for the snow?
That would be
a
nice.
fantastic idea. But the spell you're looking for is mass suggestion. You can certainly do that and go up and call out and alert people of what's going on, so that would get the message out there very quickly. The masts of the ships are fairly high up, and the well, the wheelman's court is technically the crest of the shell, and the building around there are the highest you'll find. So definitely around there would work.
Can I go over to the second place and do that and tell everyone to be on the lookout for this gnome because he's a murderer and you might be next, as a way to make it so people will really be on the lookout for this person?
Yep, certainly. All of you make perception checks.
Is it okay if I go up to the little monkey nest we have and make a perception check?
Certainly.
Because the island's only 1 mile, like, basically in a circle, right? It's like a turtle's
Yes.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I was hoping to climb up on the little monkey's nest and do that.
Yeah, go for it. I'll get the numbers in a second to check them out. I'll get them from you individually.
Wait, what? Oh.
Amon, what did you get?
17.
17. Nyax.
13.
Pigsy?
8.
With advantage?
Yeah, I got a 3 and a 5.
Geez. And Pip?
24.
24. All of you, even Pigsy, notice the guards have been mobilized. Those who got 15 or higher notice a familiar bladed figure rise up and begin floating above the island and look to be scanning around. Then a number of small objects lift up and begin moving around, and they're carrying other people as if they're like sitting on crates or in chairs, and they're being hovered around and moved, and they're floating around.
I'm gonna pull out Laria and make her locked as well. Can I roll for her as well?
Yes, you can.
Can I roll for Twig then?
19.
Ooh, Twig did better than I did. 11.
11. For the next 20 minutes, the island is an absolute haven of activity. Various people are incredibly disgruntled. Fights break out as people try to figure out what's going on. The fact that there's been a killing and that a known criminal has managed to escape. A lot of fingers are being pointed around, a lot of arguments are going forward. Your friends are very quickly getting focal points of attentions, though I'm assuming you all brought them to the ship by this point. Board has stepped out and is doing his bit to keep the peace. It is only when Blade himself lands and forces everyone to get back and get away, otherwise I will use force. And Thovik similarly shows up and says, "Move along now." And where he's standing, a couple of you probably on the cusp of it, especially Pigsy yourself up in the crow's nest, you probably feel it. Whereas before you felt Thovik's aura be this almost aura of seduction, this kind of unwillful charming, this time it is very much a powerful and activated thing that he is doing to intimidate and making everyone go, "Oh jeez," and they back off quite quickly. But after 20 minutes of searching, nothing is found.
Can I go around searching my island to see if could be any possible secret passageways that people could have missed? If possible.
You do so, and on the back of a turtle, there really isn't much in the way of passageways. There's a couple of holes in the shell, but...
Are there any ships that are missing, any little boats that are gone?
Nothing that is immediately reported in.
Do I know anywhere, from my experience from murdering people, do I know where a spade or a heart would think to hide in such a populated and small area? Is he disguised as someone else, maybe?
The most likely thought comes to you is being a lack of magical means, he will be forced to lie low for a good time period and then try and use something like a disguise kit to conceal himself. But that seems a little bit far-fetched for you, considering he was recently captured, didn't seem to have much on him. Not saying he couldn't, because he pulled some blades out of nowhere, but it also takes a few minutes to get a disguise kit to take its better effect.
So I don't know anywhere where he might be hiding.
The most immediate thing that comes to mind is underneath the turtle's shell, but
Could we go there?
you can. It's just
Okay.
it's kind of like trying to hold onto the underside of a jumbo jet.
Let's go see the king and see if the turtle is his brother. He might know how we can stay there easily.
Mm-hmm. So you go to find the king.
Let's find the king.
Okay.
You head off, various individuals and groups, to meet with the king, who is being appraised of what's going on. And it's as you arrive at the kind of 20-30 minute mark that he calls off the search.
Call off the search.
He's still here.
There is nowhere to go. Where can he go? It's a small place. My brother feel nothing.
Under
If
the
you call
shell.
off the search, then he's going to be able to come out of hiding and get away. We need to keep looking for him and keep him in the spot that he's hiding so that we can find that spot.
My guard will keep a lookout for him, but
We think he's under it. We think he's under the shell.
He's what?
We think
Underneath the
he's under
shell.
the shell.
It is crazy. How can he do such a thing?
Easy. He's dexterous. He can hold on.
If you wish to commit suicide by trying, then you are welcome to do it, but I do not think it is possible. I will ask my brother to let you go in.
Do you know any way that we might be able to hold on?
We are moving through the ocean and the whirlpools and everything. I do not think so. Not even him.
What if someone's flying?
He
What
looks
if
up.
someone's flying?
Do you think he can fly?
No. What if something is flying inside the shell? Do you think that they can that they can
That isn't. He.
do it like that?
His eyes move as if, oh, and then he moves back at you. That is possible.
Do you give me permission to send my bird in there to check?
Not me, it's my brother. I'll go ask him.
Okay.
And he scuttles very quickly back inside, and you're left standing at the front entrance. A few minutes later, well, a minute later, I should say, he comes back. You can try.
Send my bird in.
Okay.
Can you see through your bird? Is that how familiars work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure.
Okay, so you take direct control of Lyra. Does your bird have dark vision?
One sec.
Alex paused. I thought I'd say hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
You are joining into our Play of the Night stream. If you wish to join in, then by all means, but just remain quiet.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
She doesn't. So what I'll do is I'll cast the light cantrip, and with a little bit of onto a small stone.
Mm-hmm. She can carry that and use that as a torch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She flies off. Her little hummingbird wings. Off she goes, and you take direct control of her. You've obviously got the neck as the largest one that could possibly go through, and then the side ones which are currently mostly submerged, and the tail which is fully submerged.
Top one.
Okay, you head there and curve underneath, and make a perception check for her.
21.
21. She scans around, moves a bit further in, and you can see where a lot of the water is like sloshing up and causing this constant churning of foam. And this creature is moving fairly steadily through the rapids. But underneath here, there is a bit of moss and vines hanging down. There is the scaly neck of the creature itself, and where it eventually forms up with the rest of the body. Nothing.
Can she go deeper and try and have a look again?
There isn't really deeper as such. It's a bit of a dead end.
Okay. I'll call her back out then.
Okay.
I didn't see anybody there.
So he's still.
Maybe on the ships. Maybe
What if
look on the
we
ships.
ask the turtle to lift up a little bit so we can send her in through the tail? Or the sides.
Dragon turtles tend to be fairly large creatures, and there's a level of difficulty of advising much more out of the water than perhaps this one already is.
Where is he? Can we check? Did all the ships get checked?
Yeah, can we check the ships?
And none are missing?
None are missing, none are being reported.
It's impossible.
Oh, what if he's hiding in one of the cargo areas of a ship? What if he's hiding somewhere in like a small mini crevice? Because that could be possible.
If you ask around, all of the captains report back that their ships have full crew complements. No small boats are missing.
But did they check and they're like I don't know what the proper name for it. I'm just going to use the plain term. The holds. He could be like how Jasmine earlier was having her war forge, or whatever the thing she made with Artificer, like hide in a chest or something. He could be possibly doing that inside like a barrel or a chest or a crate or somewhere within their
The
cargo
problem
holds.
with the current situation is that he is a master of stealth, much in the same way as Pip is. He is perhaps slightly higher up in the Assassin's organization than she made it, and you have seen how well Pip can hide when she wishes to not be found. And considering that, with being respectful to the guards of this place, they're not really trained to try and find someone of that high caliber. And with Thovik trying to gather people to locate him or cast detect something, try and find him, he either...
Does anyone have locate creature?
Wait, does anybody have locate object?
It's locate creature. If we do creature, then we can find him specifically.
A creature is not a humanoid person.
I don't have it, but I can get it tomorrow.
You can do locate creature on a humanoid.
I don't have locate creature though, I don't think.
And it's within 1,000 feet. But it's level 4.
Oh, I won't have it then.
A locate object is a second level
The other
divination.
cleric.
It can be used by a bard, cleric, druid, paladin, ranger.
What object would we locate?
Well, maybe his dagger that soul dagger that he had that he tried to stab me with.
There are
Yeah.
probably so many daggers, and we don't know what it's called.
I don't think you. Do we
I
just need to know?
I gave him a piece of clothing, right? I gave him.
He could have
no,
probably
that won't
disclosed
work
it.
either.
You gather that this may be a foe that has slipped away.
I won't let it be. We need to find him.
Could I try seeing if the Undying could lend us a hand?
You have already entreated him once today for something monumental. He would not be receptive to your pleas.
Alrighty.
Can you try contacting a god even if you're not if you don't worship them?
Praying to a god outside of truly religious individuals probably yields a level of comfort to the self, but gods have a limited amount that they are both willing and able to interfere with the material plane for precisely the reason the royal spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds exist. Their overstretching, over-influence, and general messing around in the material plane weakens their ability to stay above. And even as much as the good gods would love to help out, they also know that if they try and help out, then that means the bad gods could slip in again.
So there's no point in trying to contact Diane and asking for her.
So
What about the other cleric? Does he have locate creature?
If it's a 4th level, then no.
No, I won't be able to either.
So I've searched it up. The locate object. It can be of any particular weapon that has been within 30 feet of them. It doesn't have to be specific. It can just be the saw blade that he used.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it's called though.
You don't need to know. You just need to know what it is.
You don't need to know that. You just need to know it. It's
as long as it was within 30 feet of me, and I can do it tomorrow because he stabbed Amon, and I was right beside Amon and the girl. So if we wait till the next day, then I can locate it.
Well,
that specific
well, technically, we just need to go for a long rest. You just need to go for a long rest. We'll keep all of the ships at bay. You go for a long rest.
Yeah, so we'll keep watch and
you prepare it.
Pixie takes a long rest.
If that's the game plan.
That sounds better than what we're able to do right now.
There's no buildings, no alleys, no fucking garbage cans that weren't tipped out and emptied.
He might not be. He could possibly be hiding in plain sight. Usually things that hide in plain sight are some of the hardest things to find.
Can we do that?
Can you cast Thaumaturgy on me?
Yeah, what do you want me to cast it for?
Cast it on me.
Alright, do you want me to change your eye color, make your voice loud?
Voice loud.
Okay, I cast Thaumaturgy on, Pip, and make her voice 3 times louder.
Okay. What does it say?
For 1 minute.
I'm not sure if Thaumaturgy is a self cantrip, but we've done this before.
It's
whatever.
30 feet.
It's a 30 feet cantrip.
I have to check something. Hang on.
Because that's how.
Yeah, I know. I know we used it before. Like I say, I'm loose with the rules, but is that really like? I'm pretty sure, is it not a self thing? I don't know.
No. I've looked it up 3 times now. So I definitely know it's 30 feet. That's the one spell I'm starting on.
A building in the center of the turtle, and I'm going to take my cloak off and hold it out and yell out, "Whoever can find the gnome will get this," and I'll hold out the cloak.
You gather a lot of interest, and there is a renewed search. Can you all please roll another perception?
Aye.
Sorry, another what roll?
Perception.
I give up. What's the point of me even rolling?
Can I
check?
guidance?
Certainly.
23.
I got 21.
I'm struggling with math right now. Sorry. 27.
We're not letting this dude get away.
3.
3.
Woo!
23 and 27. Over the next 10 minutes, with the renewed energy that has been spurred on by the very high offer, a lot of people start bringing in anything and everything that they can think of that might grab them this. People bring up, like, there's a guy that brings up a tooth of something and goes, "Look, this is it, right? I found the guy, right? Can I have the cloak now?"
That's not too.
Thovik just kind of glares at him and he goes, "Okay, sorry, sure."
They turn in me. It's like, hey, what?
23 and 27. Almost at the same time, you spot sticking from the inside crevice of a gutter of one of the buildings, you see a blade with a parchment on it.
What does the parchment say?
"Let her blood be on the hands of the traitor." And then there's a picture of a heart underneath it with a heartbreak.
Can I quickly scan to see if we see him?
Say again?
Can I quickly scan to see if we see him at all? Like someone walking away or running away, or is trying to stay out of eyesight to the best of my capabilities?
No.
Is it a dagger? What was the blade that it was on?
It's a knife. It's a familiar looking knife.
Mic working. There we go. Can you send your bird into the gutter?
Yeah. Let's send her in.
She
Look
goes
through
up.
her
And
eyes
it's a standard gutter. It's a rain gutter. It was perhaps placed here on the edge to be noticed with, if someone had enough perception to notice it. It seems to be a taunt.
That fucking bitch. Okay. So we know he's still on the island.
Can I figure out what the knife is, please?
It's the knife he used.
To stab us? Me and the tiefling girl?
Yeah.
Fuck.
The soul knife?
Yeah.
Just a knife.
But he used 2 knives then.
Or it's not a magic knife, it's his capabilities.
So Pigsy, are you doing the long rest?
Yeah.
It's not.
It would take too long. Like, I mean, it's kind of like this would be a whole group thing throughout the day. That I wouldn't just be like, hey guys, I'm just gonna nap in the middle of the day.
So we know relatively what he looks like, how tall he is, and facial features or features and other stuff. So we can. I don't want this dude to get away.
And I do not understand how it's possible for him to be so fucking hidden.
I'm gonna turn around to Pip, take her into somewhere where no one can hear us, and go, I can turn into Leo. And see if he comes out.
I have no idea who Soleo is, sorry.
Well, you know who I mean? I can't say it!
What do you mean you can turn into him?
I've got the hat of disguise.
Aren't I wearing the hat of disguise, so my horn and tail was hidden? And I looked kind of normal. I know I shouldn't be saying.
I'm going to be the mean DM and say that Solel is based in Grimber Hollow, and there's no way that he would be that this hard guy would not know that Solel was either in or in this vicinity. just for him to randomly pop out and go, come out, come and find me.
He could have been with me. He never went to our ship. He didn't know who was on it.
Except that he knew you were being looked for.
So what if Solel found me and we were doing this together? He doesn't know that.
I understand the desire and the desperation here, but you are not going to be able to find him. Not with his capabilities and what I know he can do.
Why?
He has abilities. That's all I'll say on the topic.
I never thought I would be this frustrated to not be able to find somebody.
In the same way dragons have high AC, in the same way that trolls can regenerate HP, there are things that you are not aware of, and that will make sense if you investigate them when you have the opportunity and have the resources at hand to make sense of it. But at present...
How did he get caught in the first place if he's so good at hiding? I don't understand that.
Then Pip
That doesn't make any
understand it.
sense at all.
Then Pip does not understand it.
Maybe he wanted to get caught.
Maybe.
I mean, they have marks, so that's what I've gathered about assassins, is that they mark somebody and they have to get close somehow. Maybe he was your mark.
So
They wouldn't want. Sorrel doesn't want to kill me.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
No.
So Nyax might be his new mark because he now knows how special she is.
No, it's not marks. It's jobs and who they get hired to kill.
You think he was hired to kill Turquoise? Because he went for her first out of everyone.
That's not a bad show.
Because she is possibly of nobility. We don't 100% know, but...
Can I go talk to the slave traders?
Certainly. You head into the auction house. It is no longer quite the hub of activity, as most people have departed. The drapings on the side and the lush purples and crushed velvets, the smoky interior of oil lamps set too low to maintain a good flame and produce more smoke than light. There is a few people around, and there is, I suppose, a door where you collected your people from. Yes, go ahead.
Before I go to the slave traders, can I go find Blades and bring him with me?
Certainly. You find Blades, and he and Thovik are actually having a conversation at the moment.
Can I have your help with something?
I completely forgot what Blades' accent was.
Beep boop boop.
It was like a deep accent.
Noble, deep, kind of
yes.
posh.
What can I do? What is it that you require my assistance for? Probably a bit deeper.
This is gonna sound kind of weird, but I need to get some information, and I'm afraid there might be a little bit of resistance. So I kind of need you to just stand next to me or behind me so that I appear a little bit more intimidating, because people with important friends are important.
I can do my best to assist you in this matter, but what matter is it that this is pertaining? The escapees?
I want to get information on both of the slaves, the girl and the gnome. But we caused a bit of it.
Then we shall do our best to... Certainly. And he... seems to activate his armor, and the central hole on his chest is still there, but the other holes begin appearing, and serrated edges begin appearing on those and his blades that flick back into his forearm flick out. So now he's got effectively the three long blades, and have a hand sticking out. I hope that this is not anything untoward. And he kind of gives you a meaningful look.
Ward?
Considering our newly found trust in one another.
Means, Dan?
Say again?
Can you explain what he meant by underward?
Oh, untoward, as in like there's nothing shifty about this.
No, just a little bit of healthy threatening.
Well, this is something I was built to excel in.
So, Vic, do you still have Zone of Truth prepared?
I do, yes. I did not unprepare it.
Please come.
Certainly.
Can I go with it too?
If you so wish. If you so wish. Sorry, stuck in an accent there.
I'll follow along too.
Okay, so everyone heads that way, okay? You make it
See.
and move into the slavers auction, and the arrival of such a force of unusual people and the healthy benefactors that so gratefully enriched this establishment. Though you can see Thovik is wrinkling and chafing in his armor.
I'm sorry, Zovik.
People stand. He gives you a nod, and people stand behind you, Pip, in this moment. The slave auction comes out. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not expect you to come back so soon. My dearest apologies for the loss of your purchase, but I
I'm just gonna hold up
hope
a
that you
finger.
understand.
Who here knows where the slaves came from?
We keep a detailed record of their movements before
I need
they
to
arrived at our... I am sorry, but that is a very delicate clientele that, due to the nature of our business, I'm sure you can see that this would cause difficulty.
The gnome slave that was bought earlier today belonged to a huge group of assassins. If you have anything that might help us know where he is, we can save many lives. It's not a matter of whether you can show me the papers, it's you will show me the papers.
Roll intimidation with advantage.
$19.
You have a flat +5 from having your allies backing you up in this matter.
24.
The gentleman seems to quail slightly. But you see, we have a reputation, and if it were to get out that...
If it were to get out that you sold an assassin as a slave and didn't give me the records to find such assassin, it would ruin your business.
So steps forward. You may be concerned. Damn it, I've got too many accents going at the one time. You may be concerned that you will have difficulty running business. But allow me to assure you, flesh peddler, you will not live to regret the decision of not assisting us in this matter immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, jeez.
And the guy shrinks, turns, and bolts. And Thovik looks at Pip. Get this done. And he moves out of the auction house. The door is left open, and you can hear someone very thoroughly searching in the back room. Blades looks at you all and goes, I did not think I would... I do not think I will be needed any further in this matter. Though,
Thank you.
if any problems do occur to your friend, ensure that he has my approval in this matter, if anyone comes asking.
Thank you so much for your help.
He gestures you forward and flicks his blades closed.
Gestures to me.
As in, into the room where the guy went.
Oh, I was hoping he was going in for a hug, but okay. I'm gonna give him a hug before I go.
With his armor currently in the state that it is, you imagine that you might incur quite a lot of pointy
Okay,
pokes
which
to
damage
your
do I
body.
take?
Okay. Dedicated to the hug. Okay, I like it. Let me get the armor. Where is he?
So, I have a question. I don't know if... So, you know how, like, there, with magic, like, Fireball and Firebolt, how it's usually, like, red?
Mm-hmm.
Is it... And you know how, like, one of the hottest fires in the world is blue?
Mm-hmm.
If I would, let's say, use Thaumaturgy, make a Firebolt in my hand, but quickly turn it blue with Thaumaturgy, and try rolling Intimidation for that, would it kind of spark a little bit of fear, kinda?
You gather that he is very fearful of repercussions as it is, considering there's two champions breathing down his neck. And
I know,
who he will
but
be able to
I'm
do
just,
that.
like, asking in general.
Certainly, that would definitely work. Technically speaking, what you would be doing is you would trick people into thinking you are effectively the feat known as magic adept or elemental adept. That is exactly what that feat does to you. It empowers a certain type of elemental damage, and tricking someone into making the flame blue would give them the impression that you have, in effect, mastery over flame. So it would be extremely useful, yes.
Thank you. Just wanted to see how well that would work.
DM, I have a question.
Yes, Evan?
Yeah, so there is a spell called the Gentle Repose. Now, I just sent it to you because I just want some clarification on it. So
Yes.
it says that it adds days to the decomposition or whatever rate. And it says that it does extend the limit of other spells.
Yes.
So if I use that spell, let's just say when I take a long rest because I would use it, technically could I use Revivify?
Revivify is too short. It would certainly assist in something like Raise Dead, which, considering that it only has a 30-day, you could take, more than a month to travel from a rural outskirts to a big village, or you're on the seas like you are. It's certainly something you could do. Naturally speaking, I don't know how soon you will be able to reach a person of that capability. Brutally speaking, most people are about your power level that are high up in establishments, and that's why you have the sway that you've got. Nyax being the princess of a nation with martial capabilities and such as she does, not many people are going to mess with her. Thovik and Lady Ulmek, who are some of the most powerful NPCs you guys have come across in your time, player character-wise, they're all a similar, if not slightly more power level than you. Like Thovik's slightly more than Lady Ulmek in the Arcane. But generally speaking, you pretty powerful cleric as is. So I don't know when you'll first get to it. So I would say certainly use that on Turquoise if you wish to pursue this avenue.
Okay, and then if it says that you could, it's for 10 days, theoretically, could I use it every 10 days so their body never actually decomposes?
Yes.
Is that... Okay,
yes.
Cool. Just wanted to know
Absolutely.
that. All right. I'll have to remember that for the future.
There is things in the DMG that I believe there's in the DMG. It might be in Xanathar Guide. I can't remember where I read it before or I've seen it before. But I know that there is the constant use of Gentle Repose on a corpse has pretty much preserved it indefinitely.
So are you using what on a corpse? Oh, just Gentle Repose.
That spell. Yeah, it preserves the corpse, the body indefinitely. Pip.
Okay.
You head into the back room where the gentleman has pulled out a dossier of some description and has flipped through to the most recent one, where you can see he's grabbing numbers out of it and then correlating that against another number of sheaths. He then pulls them out and spins around and pushes them towards you. This is all I've got, I swear. I do not know anything more, and if this is all I have nothing more to add, and if anything like this gets out, we will be ruined. You will have done me a little bit of living with my life. So please understand that this is all I have.
For now, this will do. I'm gonna start
Gives
reading.
a stiff nod. You begin reading it, and you very quickly come to the assertion that Pigsy may have been right.
That he was hired to kill Turquoise.
I was right for once.
I wish you weren't right about this.
The crimes and the crimes that he is at the auction, he was marked as a criminal and a petty thief and such. And the crimes that mark against his name are that, but he was moved from this room to this point. He was wearing these shackles. This person brought them onto their ship to travel for 4 days on the ship to get to here. So on.
He would have been able to escape if he didn't want to be.
It's not an airtight seal for someone of his caliber. Like, you yourself could look at this. You think with Nyax's strength, she'd be able to break out of a couple of things. They placed him in a one of the cabins and barricaded the door with someone outside, and he was fed at such and such a time. It's like the description is very. It's as if they didn't understand who he was, and the proof of the pudding is that when he pulled his hand out of his shackle, which he did right in front of you as a kind of a showboating this, that kind of proves, if anything, that people underestimated him all the way along. Turquoise's story is somewhat different. Her line starts off that she was captured off the. She was captured not far inland. She moved from one place to the next place. She was then moved on a ship. Say again, sorry?
Why was she captured? Did she commit a crime?
It doesn't say.
Does it say her real name?
It says Tiefling Girl Slave Blue.
Oh. That's what I wrote down in my notes, too.
There's no record beyond where she was captured. She was captured not far off of a known river that runs out to the Emerald Enclave. There's a number of settlements along that river. She was then transported onto a slave ship. The slave ship moved from one point to the next point, connected with another bigger ship. There was a transfer. It turns out other slaves at the other end of the turtle's route were connected with her, but they weren't sealed upon because she was, and the words leave a nauseating pit in your stomach, as a rare delicacy and a true prize to behold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the slave trader. I'm gonna say, why was she captured? What did she do?
If the records do not say, I do not know.
Could you take a guess?
She was young, she was beautiful, it was rumoured that she had magical potential.
Did she do anything wrong?
The records do not say, then I do not know.
Can I roll an insight?
You believe that he's still telling the truth?
Like, an insight, like, I want to know.
Oh, you want to know what you want to try and figure out what he thinks has happened?
Yes.
You'd have to get that out of him in words and ask him that question. Insight is kind of like, do I think he's telling the truth? Is he holding something back? Is he nervous? Surface.
Why do you think that she was captured? In your opinion?
She would be worth a lot to the right buyer, as you yourself bought her for an exorbitant amount of gold.
Do you think that she would have had to do something wrong to get captured and sold as a slave?
He goes to make a movement or say something, stops himself, and then goes, in our business, not everyone is a convict as such before they fall. Some people are just less fortunate.
In the wrong place at the wrong time.
Can you move closer to the microphone, please?
I said in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Certainly, that could be an option. Or
Can I roll
maybe-
insight on the that he was about to do?
Certainly. Or he or she could have been the trophy of a raid. What the heck?
I'm gonna take a guess and say her roommates are having a blast.
It sounds like it.
Was Jasmine reading off a piece of paper, or was the guy reading off the piece of paper?
No, it's a piece of paper for you to look at.
Can we? Does it have like all of ours because they're from the same like shipment? Like,
They're not all from the same shipment. It
Oh,
seems that
okay.
there was a collection at the other end, and these have like some of them. For example, the goblins have been through 2 or 3 times, and they were put together as a pair in hopes that they would be sold.
18 on
They were.
insight.
18 on insight.
18 on insight.
ooh,
Yes, I said
nice.
18 on insight. Okay,
I heard 8.
18. He's obviously being cautious of what he's saying, knowing who you've got at your back, so he doesn't want to say anything that would immensely offend your sensibilities. He doesn't really know what your sensibilities are, so he's being gingerly around this. But all things considered, it seems like you yourself know that slavery is a very unjust system. It started out as if you do a crime, rather than be put to death, you would be put in bonds, and you would earn your freedom in accordance to the crime that you committed. This has slowly warped over time across the Republic, and if you talk to Thovig about it, he can give you a hell of a lot more detail than what I'm going to give you now. But basically, the caste system stems from the fact of these people are, well, if they become slaves, then that proves that we are the superior race, and thus they belong.
What race is the
slave owner?
Yeah.
He's high caste. Human.
what race?
Human.
Humans suck. Like, actually.
They
Are there
really
any-
do.
Are there any hints to the hearts in the travels of the heart guy? Any like where they captured him? And
There's
like
only a record-
the area
there's
of
only
the
some-
world.
There only seems to be a record 2 back, and it was a ship transporting him to a ship, and then that ship ended him in where he's at.
Where do I find more detailed records?
What do you mean more detailed records? Our records are exemplary.
Where do I? You don't even know why the tiefling girl was captured, and you think that your records are exemplary. Okay.
And what do you
Okay.
expect? The fact is that we keep such delicate records for our own, well, our king's dedication to the craft of scribemanship and cartography. Not many people would bother. Something of that worth is dropped into your lap. You don't ask too many questions where it came from.
Well, I mean, the person who kept this record bothered to take down why the gnome was captured.
It was passed on that he was a petty thief and a criminal. We were to keep close watch on him. As it turns out, he was.
Did
I'm
you not
Are
search?
there more records? Are there other places where there are more records?
No, this is all the records we have. We're the only place here.
No, I
Are the
didn't
people
hear.
who traded the slaves with you still here? Who
No,
gave you the information?
We picked them up at the other end. They're probably long gone.
Can I have the contacts?
They're there on the paper, and you see the ship name, which is the.
Can I write this down?
The cherry blossom.
Oh, they sound delightful.
That's what my ex-boyfriend used to call me. Really awkward. Is that him? Is he the captain? He did say he always wanted to be a sailor.
Oh
Well,
no!
Give,
Did he also want to be? Actually, I'm not even gonna say it. Just...
and
We should send them a scroll, Nyax, and see if we can get those records.
Well, okay. You know how he was going invisible or phasing or stealth? We don't know what it was doing. I wasn't I didn't really remember. We all did Arcana checks. Well, some people did Arcana checks. Do we know if it was teleportation? I'm just trying to get a recap.
So
or was it
we,
phasing out?
from our information of spell knowledge, we did not know what the spell was, as we have not seen it or have heard about it or have used it ourselves.
Oh, okay. So we don't even know if it was invisibility, legit phasing in and out. Okay.
Yeah, since
Teleportation.
we don't
JC.
know any of that.
So he could actually be off the island right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's not.
I doubt it, yeah, because why would he travel 4 days on a boat? That would make no sense. He could just...
No, we also just saw the grate in the gnome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you trace sending scrolls? If we send someone a sending scroll, can they use it to find where we are?
No.
You need to be familiar with the person, not the ship.
I know. Can we send a scroll to Soleil?
Yes, and that is a good question. Anything's possible with magic.
Well, yeah, he could obviously scry on and figure out where I am, but knowing that he's a spade and the spades don't like to use magic.
Mm-hmm.
Could be shot.
What do you think? What do you guys think? Should we...
Well, what are you gonna say to him?
Might I
Ask him
inquire if you will have any further use of me, or can I go back to my business?
You can go back to your business.
Wait a minute.
Mm.
Wait.
He's not leaving yet. He's not leaving.
Do you check the people who you sell as slaves before you sell them?
That sounds like a trick question.
Like, pat them down?
Do you pat them down? Yes.
We ensure that they are clean.
Do you ensure that they have weapons on them?
I am not responsible for such things. It is the people who capture them to remove anything that could be of danger. Otherwise, why else would they risk traveling for many days on a ship with them?
Well, you might want to start checking.
Yeah.
We're gonna go full Karen on them. Shut them down.
Yeah. You should start checking, because you never know what they could be carrying, or what they could have snuck on to their person afterwards, or if they just did a horrible job checking or got lazy.
I have a job to do. I have been
Okay, and that
with
should be part of
everything
your
I have.
job.
Will you please remove yourselves so I can continue with my work? I've held up my end of the bargain. You can now leave.
Okay.
Fine, but I'm taking this. Can I take the piece of paper with, like, my 3, so I get more information later? Like, I can read it off later. Is that possible?
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's gonna allow it. He's just like thankful that you guys are just getting the fuck out. He's not gonna make a deal out of it. He just grabs the paper.
Can I take the
Rip it a
information
little
from
bit.
my 2 too?
It's all kind of on there. The whole auction is kind of on.
Yeah,
It
I feel
is.
like it's a
Alrighty,
Okay.
so yeah,
I
let's
just
just...
want just for a safety reason. We don't know. Maybe Charles is crazy.
Yeah. Don't need another encounter like that. I don't feel like crying again.
Same, David. I feel that.
Okay. Are we sadly calling it a night? Like going back to the boat?
I think we could.
Or do you want to still search?
No, searching is we go. I think we should go back to the boat and talk about what to do next.
Yeah, it's like a plan.
Thing is that he might be trying to go away on our boat. Because did we search our boat thoroughly?
Well, here's the thing, like,
Bored,
but I'm gonna bring up a point that was said when I was suggesting to search the holds of the ships. That JC said he's a master hider, so even if we looked, with that skill that he was using.
Mhm.
We probably wouldn't be able to see him if he was on our ship.
Okay.
Because we have no clue what he used, we don't know how he's doing it, and as far as we know, it possibly couldn't be magical, because she wasn't able to find it with Detect Magic right away.
Well, I thought it was the out of character. Wait, I can't really talk about it out of character.
No, that's okay. So, are you heading back to the ship?
Yeah.
I want to talk to my
Okay.
new friends.
You leave the slave auction house, picking up Thovik along the way, who gives a perfunctory nod to Blades, who departs for his own dwellings, wherever they may be. Returning to the ship, you find it in a state of heightened agitation and weariness. It is a strange combination of people trying to stay on high alert for something they're really unsure about and not really capable or prepared to deal with. Yet at the same time, their guard is beginning to dip simply out of the time that has now elapsed. You've returned to the ship, each of you collecting personal vestments. Food is prepared. And I think this is a good point to pick up next week.
No! Okay. I want to interrogate my friends.
Can I ask Pigsy one question real quick?
Sure, go for it. Last question of the night, though.
Do you have any spell slots left?
I'm not healing. Yeah.
Oh, well, sorry that I have 6 health and I would like to be healed.
Yes, I will heal you, and then I can do the math right now. So just give me a second
Okay.
while we end it up. Message you
Well,
either
they
before or
wrap
after the
things
payment.
up. I will say thank you very much to everyone who took part in this. Thank you to the players. That was a rough session, but I think it has really sparked a vengeance in Pip. No longer will she be running from the Royal Spades and the affiliated houses of assassins. Perhaps the corner has been turned and she will now strive to tear the establishment down. Only we will know in future sessions. But before we go, we need to do 2 quick things. We must establish the play of the night. So we have 2 things to go first. Which one of the NPCs would you award the play of the night? What was the clutch moment? What was the amazing thing? What was the thing that really riled you up and got under your skin?
The assassin, even though I fucking
Fucking
hate it.
gnome. That fucking gnome.
I'm starting to hate gnomes too. Wait.
Like, the only gnome that's not okay in my freaking book is Pigsy.
It's not even okay in my book. He's a fucking slave trader now.
Oh,
Me?
yeah.
I never traded them. I bought them. There's a difference. If I sold them again, then I would be a trader.
So is that a unanimous vote for the Heartbreak Heart?
Heartbreak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
He doesn't get DM inspiration.
He
So then
doesn't.
The question goes, who got the play of the night for the players? And why?
Pip. Because of everything.
Because her role playing is real crying.
Hey, she's not the only one who fucking actually cried during this. You can't bring that point in.
If I got DM inspiration every time I cried, I would be overwhelmed with DM inspiration.
She's a
Yeah.
bard.
It seems then we have the agreement. Pip for her great acting, her dedication to the role, and staying in character for most of that. It's very good to see all of you guys staying in character, not really discussing too much out of character. So big improvements there. Very proud DM, very happy DM. But
Yay.
this is all we've got time for. Find us again next week right here for 2 streams. One starting at 6 p.m. GMT, runs till 9 p.m. GMT. And then the second one, this group of incredible people, starting at 10 p.m. running till 1 a.m. GMT. We also have another game on Wednesdays that is a Curse of Strahd. We go through the module. Many of the players here play in it. Some do, some don't. Some from the other game do, some of the other players don't. We all have a great time, and we hope to see you there. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.